Abu Hajar Muhammad. Creative, poetic da'wah.
It doesn't really matter.
So what?
You give this away for free.
Absolutely, yeah.
Can I give you a donation?
If you would like to, but it's generally for Muslims generally. But if you would like to, that'd be great. But you know, what I was saying is that if we have a soul, then we are saying if you would agree with this, then we're saying who created that soul.
Sorry, say that again.
Who is the creator of your soul?
Well, the creator. Wow.
Right. Because if you have something that's immaterial, that science cannot verify, then we're saying that this soul has to come from the creator. That the creator has created it.
Of
So
course.
the soul doesn't have an authority over itself.
Pardon?
The soul doesn't have authority over itself.
How do you mean?
Like, because you're saying, okay, it was created by, what, an external force?
Yes.
So, for example, okay, I'm only going to reference, like, the Bible here, which the first line would be, like, okay, let there be light. But that would mean, like, okay, let there be awareness of the self in some sense. So, like, who would need to create it other than you?
Because we're talking about Buddhism. Like Buddhism is more about nirvana, the self-awareness. So these ideas from Buddhism, but Buddhism is more philosophy. It doesn't talk about a creator.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about Buddhism.
Because you're saying is that if you look around you rationally, things are complex, things are organized.
Yeah. So
right?
what if we birthed ourselves into the idea of like?
That's a contradiction.
Why?
Because with all like due respect, is that a mother can't give birth to herself. Right?
Okay.
That's a logical contradiction.
A mother can't give birth to itself. That's
Yes.
what you said.
Is it like the
So
argument
where's
of-
the first? Where's the first mother?
Like we don't.
So what was the first? What was the first birthing?
How do you mean?
I mean, you're the one that said a mother can't give birth to itself.
but
So like,
that's an analogy to say that's a contradiction, right? Is that that idea that something can bring itself into existence, right?
Yeah.
That idea is not sound because it would mean that something would have to exist and not exist at the same time. Because if something brings itself into existence, it has to pre-exist.
yeah.
itself.
I understand that.
So we're saying is that the universe, right, has a creator.
Yeah.
Because we are within the universe.
Yes.
The universe is limited. The universe is organized. The universe doesn't have the ability to bring itself into existence. Okay? It cannot come from nothing.
But is it quantifiable?
How do you mean?
Well, how can you measure that? How can you determine that?
It's because if we look at the world around us, right, reasonably, is that things don't pop into existence from nothingness rationally.
Sometimes it does, though.
It
For
does.
example,
Sometimes it does.
Ideas.
And it's from in the quantum field, in the field of infinite possibilities, where there is the stream of imagination. So anything that you can imagine, it doesn't necessarily exist, but you can bring it into existence. That can be where creation can come from nothing per se. But maybe this is a little bit deep. I just love Islam and
in your mind,
the
concepts that you have in your mind are your concepts. They are a figment of your imagination.
Yes.
Right? So the figment of
But
your
where does
imagination.
that come from?
Isn't that
consciousness?
Consciousness,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly. So consciousness is immaterial, right? It's outside of the paradigm of science. So if you're talking about, because I can't verify your thoughts. That's first person subjective.
Yes.
Right? I can't see your thoughts.
Yes.
Right? But how do you have consciousness in itself?
Yeah. How?
Right?
Tell me.
So that cannot come from atoms and molecules that don't have the potential for rationality, right? That are colliding with each other, right? So we're saying is that only a being that has awareness, the highest being, right, has perfect attributes, named attributes, can give you rationality. Because even in science, they don't know how we have a rational mind. Okay, we don't know how we have consciousness. So that's what we're saying is that the explanation that's outside of naturalism, is outside of empiricism, is that there is the Quran, and the Quran is saying that Allah has created your soul.
Yes.
Right? And you have been given little knowledge about the soul. right? So we're saying is that Allah is the one that has given you consciousness,
Yes.
and the reason why you have rationality
Yes.
is to recognize the Creator.
So what is Allah? All.
Sorry?
What is Allah?
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the ultimate being, right? Is one, uniquely one,
Yes.
okay? Independent,
Yes.
not man, not woman,
Yes.
cannot be visualized, okay? Immaterial, not atoms, not molecules, a being that we cannot draw,
Yes.
a being that we cannot visualize, a being that's not an idol, not Jesus.
So what do we mean by being?
A
Because
being-
that ontologically infers some kind of existence.
Like a human being.
That is.
No, a being, the perfect being that has all the attributes, perfect attributes. Because we have attributes, but those attributes are limited. For example, we can see, but there's a point in time when our seeing came into existence, and also it's a possibility that our eyesight might become weaker. Same thing is that our hearing, right? So Allah is all hearing, and His hearing is perfect.
Yes.
It's it is incomparable. He can hear us right now.
Of course, at all
Right.
times. At
so
all times.
but it's incomparable to our hearing. We do not say that there is a similitude, right? But Allah has perfect hearing, perfect seeing, perfect knowledge,
Yeah.
right? And we're saying is that Creator is the ultimate being.
Yes, I agree. I agree, 100%. What about for people, say if you were not born in an area where the Quran or the message of Allah is something that is available, you are from a different area. I believe, and I'm not sure what the terminology is, but it's the divination from all spiritual or all religious aspects. Not to say that they're all, because nothing is ever really false or true. Like everything is in its own existence, right? But how can we say that this is wrong, this is right? You have to subscribe to this, can't subscribe to that. Maybe we all just come from the one source, and we're actually all in unity consciousness. We all come from this one creator, but we all just have different translations of it. And no one is ever really wrong. I think everyone is right in their own different way. And maybe if you're
We're saying is that there is truth and there is falsehood. That we cannot have, if there are contradictions, if you're saying that because we have philosophy,
Yes.
and we can talk about
And
our
it's so
own
important.
ideas, we can talk
Exactly.
about our
Ideology.
own ideas in my mind, but once we realize that I am limited, I'm finite, I don't have all the answers, right?
Yeah.
We're saying Allah is Al-Haq. When Allah, He is the truth. That is one of His attributes. That He is truth.
Yes.
He says, Allah says in the Quran, Allah has created the heavens and the earth in truth. That there's a reality that there is Allah, right?
So what does truth mean?
Truth is truth, as in something that's objective, that's non-changing, and something.
But we're saying that, but then we're saying also we're going to go beyond the five senses, beyond what can be perceived
yes,
within
the
these.
unseen.
Yeah.
unseen.
So
Allah talks about the immaterial, the soul, the angels, the day of judgment.
Yes.
So the Quran, it gives you the objective reality, right, of the unseen world.
So how can there be an objective reality of the unseen world though? Because does it not exist in the unseen?
There are things in the unseen world that we can speculate. If you have a spiritual experience,
sure.
you can speculate and say, okay, what was that? I don't know. Or you're not going to truly understand that Buddhists haven't
And how do we
experienced.
come closer to that speculation?
Is to find the absolute truth
Yes.
that talks of.
So it's finding absolute truth.
Yes,
It's finding absolute truth.
that is verifiable based
That is
upon.
verifiable.
Yes.
So how do we verify it?
Excellent. That if you're saying, if we all agree that there is an unseen world, that there is a creator, to find the true creator, we would have to look at different religions,
Yes.
Yeah.
question the concept of God. Okay?
Yeah.
Because we're saying is that a man cannot be the ultimate creator. Okay? So Jesus cannot be the ultimate creator. A that is the universe is not the creator, because the universe came into existence
From something else, yeah.
So it has to be, because we believe that the creator is different, distinct, and disjoint from the creation. So that Allah is telling us who He is, because we can speculate. Because I speak to many people, and they speculate the creator is this, the creator is that.
But this is just a normal. This is the journey of life, right? You come from source, you come from your creator into this world. You are conditioned, you are told this is left, this is right, this is good, this is bad, and then you have to navigate your way around and figuring it out.
Society
through your
does.
senses, yes, through that.
Also through academic intelligence. So if there's a creator who is the ultimate intelligence, right?
Which I totally
the ultimate
believe.
being that has perfect intelligence, perfect attributes,
Yes.
then He will send a perfect book to stamp His authority and say, I exist.
Yeah.
Right.
And this is what you say the Quran is?
Yes.
Okay.
So we have objective evidence why the Quran is from the true creator.
But does it mean that anyone who does not subscribe to this or who does not come into its awareness, does it mean that they are wrong?
Yes. So if someone...
But everyone deserves to be accepted, right? Imagine if it was completely out of your jurisdiction, completely out of your control. Your parents brought you up a certain way. You were not exposed to this particular message in the Quran.
That's a good question.
It's not necessarily your fault. You still deserve to be.
God is just.
He is. So He should accept everyone.
So we don't have this, with all due respect, we don't have this liberal standpoint that God would accept everyone, right? God will accept those who accept Him. First and foremost, if someone is sincere and humble and knows that I have a purpose to my existence,
Amen.
Look at the sky,
Yes.
look at the earth,
Yes.
look at the complexity, look at the beauty of the peacock, look at all these things.
Exactly.
All these blessings that are given to me, eyesight, health, hearing,
Food, water, clothing, everything.
that you have, there's only, we're saying Allah is the one that's deserved of that thanks. Because if I give thanks to a statue, that's dishonoring Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because He's the one that's giving you that sustenance. He's the one. Allah says, why do you worship things I have created? Okay? They cannot benefit you and they cannot harm you. Right? These things are not Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's saying, I'm Allah. He's stamping His authority and saying, I'm Allah. I'm worthy of your worship. I'm worthy of your I'm worthy of your obedience. It's
So
a test.
then, as somebody,
It's your test, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the test.
It is a
So you
test.
have
This
to
is the
navigate.
dunya. This is the dunya. Allah,
So-
this
so
is it, and
God
it's
is
really an illusion. So I love all of
Agreed.
this, and whenever I hear the prayers, something in my spirit sings. It speaks to me. It speaks to me. So
Amazing, yeah.
of all of the teachings, what would be your number one, or even if you could quantify that, what would be something that just resonates with your spirit? What would be something that just makes you happy?
Is to worship Allah. Is that there is a secret of happiness, and that happiness lies in acknowledging that Allah is only worthy of my worship, that there is nothing comparable to Him. Right? Surrendering to Allah alone.
Surrender. That's the key.
Surrendering to the
Yeah.
Creator and following His message, because He has not left you wandering blindly.
No.
Thinking, look, there's chaos. We're in Leicester Square. It's chaos.
Yeah, you guys are doing well. And this child,
Abu Hajar Muhammad, creative, poetic, da'wah.